Hey Roman,
Oh, it's you again. What do you want?
I heard about a vulnerability in the Mazda radio system or something like that. Can you explain?
I'm in the middle of the game, but let's go. So, recently there were several reports about drivers whose infotainment system crashed after receiving a file from their HD radio provider. What happened that some of the files didn't have an extension, and this caused the infotainment to crash. The complete details of the error wasn't published, but we can assume that it was something like this. In C, there is a function that calls strchr. The function gets a pointer to a string and a character, and it tries to find these characters inside the string, returning to a pointer to the find result. However, this function could fail. In this case, a null pointer will return. Afterwards, probably they try to understand what is the extension of this specific file that they get. So they use a function similar to strcompare, which receives two pointers and compare their content. Eventually, this compare is made through dereferencing pointer. Dereferencing is the action of taking the value that the pointer is pointing at. In this specific case, a null pointer was sent to this function, and while the function tried to dereference the value of a null, it got an exception. And this mistake is a null dereference vulnerability. It could be simply avoided by checking here if the received pointer is different from null. In order to avoid this kind of vulnerabilities, you need to first write your code according to different secure code standards. There are several of those standards, and they define how you could write your code in order to avoid this kind of mistake. The second thing is continuously monitor your existing firmware and code to already existed this kind of errors in your code.
Got it. Thanks.